Man, that's good. Welcome back to what will certainly be another great episode of Completely Off the Rails. For those of you who have been here before, you know what's up. Babe, for the new listeners, you want to tell them about the podcast?
Sure. We are a weekly podcast where we discuss different topics, focusing mainly on stupid, petty arguments people have, along with some that are a little more serious. Some of those are submissions from listeners who are dealing with a problem and want us to give our opinion, but we also get submissions to check out different internet sites, which mostly end up being Reddit, and we're asked about those as well.
And if you have a submission for us or want to connect with us on social media, just go to cotrpod.com. There you'll find a link to our Patreon. Make sure you check that out for a ton of bonus content, ad-free listening, and all that stuff. Or if you'd like to just make a small donation to our show.
And by donation to the show, he means for his Jack and Coke fund.
Yeah, and which I'm out of right now, so that would help. But that is a huge part of our show. But anyway, you can find us on PayPal at cotrpod.
So a few warnings. We both have severe ADHD, so staying on track is legit impossible. We will go in every direction while answering the question, which is why our podcast is called Completely Off the Rails. Very accurately named.
Yeah, very. Also, we're going to use bad language, so fucking be prepared for that. And we do not censor ourselves, so we're definitely going to offend someone every now and then, but that's perfectly fine with me. We don't mind a snowflake or two floating away.
What he's trying to say is we may not be for you. That's fine. You gave us a shot. We had fun. Apparently you did not, but no hard feelings. We'll continue on, and you stay away from rating our podcast because there is no reason to fuck it up just because you didn't like it. Win-win.
Now, normally this is where I ask Candace what we're talking about tonight. For the first time on our podcast, we have guests to help us with our issues to solve. It is Jason and Lisa from Designated Quizzers Podcast. Hey guys, how are you doing?
We are good. I'm good. Anyways, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. I answered for you.
Thank you.
As you should, being the man.
Oh, God. Already.
Well, we are very excited to have you guys on the show. But before we get started, why don't you guys tell everybody what your podcast is about and how they can find it and anything else you want to tell them.
All right. Well, thank you for that. So we are Jason and Lisa Marks. We are a married couple from New York, Niagara Falls, New York, in fact. And we host a weekly podcast called Designated Quizzers. So whether you're a fan of trivia, or if you'd like to hear facts about interesting topics, or just like some good old-fashioned comedy and a cocktail, Designated Quizzers Podcast has it all. So although we've reached listeners from around the globe and across the nation, we think of ourselves as representatives of the Buffalo Niagara region of Western New York. No chain restaurants for us. We love our local food, music, attractions, and most importantly, our community and fans. What else?
Well, you have
I had some help. It's called Words in front of me.
Mm-hmm. And you have an example question.
No, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So, but our unique our show's weekly, and we've changed it a few times over the past 3/4 of a year, and now we have a primary and a secondary theme. So we choose our primary theme for our questions, and then we let our social media audience choose the secondary theme. So if our trivia question starts out about, let's say, popular myths, the audience might choose to have our questions turn into something about Pop-Tarts. I think that's actually legit, and that's what's going to happen this upcoming week.
Yeah, Bette Midler.
How do you go from anyway? So yeah, here's our sample question. In fact, there's a little something to wet the whistle of everyone, so they can go back and listen to episode 33 where you guys were on. So as you've learned, a settlemate is a person that you can stand being around just enough to prevent you from dying alone. In the 1800s, a chemist made an accidental discovery that changed hair dye forever. He was attempting to generate a cure for malaria. Instead, he created the first synthetic hair dye in 1863. What is the name of this English chemist?
That's all you, babe. I mean, you're the hair dyer in the family.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds like some of the questions we had before. Didn't know them then, don't know it now.
Right.
Well, the answer, of course, is William Henry Perkin.
Of course.
I know that.
I mean,
Doesn't everyone know that?
Duh.
it was on the tip of my tongue.
But yeah, so that's us.
Yeah, so the object is to have it be as hard as possible so that someone has to take the punishment shot.
Can you say it with the story?
Punishment shot. No.
Wow. So I'm Jason, and that's Satan.
Yeah, and as you said, I mean, you guys make sure you go check them out and start with episode 33 because you had awesome guests on the show, which was us.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
great. Until that punishment shot. That was horrible.
What was it? Jägermeister and mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
Of course, you chose it.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, who the fuck thinks of that? Not of choosing it on their podcast, obviously, because that was me. But who came up with it to begin with? That's what I want to know. Who was like, hey, this Jaeger tastes great, but you know what? Fucking mayo. Boom, there it is. Let's throw some of that
Somebody
shit
was
in there.
already drunk.
right. So
Have we ever ended up with sober guests?
Oh, yeah, we've had one
An NA edition.
an NA edition. Yeah.
really,
And yeah.
Well, thankfully,
Yeah.
you guys didn't.
We had Shirley Temples.
what was the punishment shot? Like milk for somebody who was lactose intolerant?
It was just condiments.
Water.
It was just like I don't know, like steak sauce and something or another. We've drank way too much mayonnaise, more mayonnaise than I've ever wanted to drink in my. Well, I don't know if I've ever wanted to drink mayonnaise,
Right.
but I have.
The punishment shot was Niagara Falls tap water.
Yeah, that actually would be a pure punishment. I don't even like to give our tap water to the dog. I give him spring water. We're terrified of our water.
See,
I have a
it is
question.
not just me.
Yeah, I have a question for you guys. You brought us on to help your guests to solve their issues.
Yeah.
Were you drinking when you picked us?
I mean, can't do any worse than what we give out. Oh, of course.
Hey, we give out Pulitzer winning shit, okay?
Yeah.
We're saving the world here.
Yep. And I will say, I was wrong. I know it doesn't happen often. So, I mean, this is a historic moment. I was wrong. And they did actually start giving Pulitzers to podcasters. So, I was wrong when I said that when I was making fun of Candace about this. They actually do that.
Wow.
Not to ours, but they do that.
Not yet. Not yet.
Right.
This is Pulitzer winning gold here.
Yeah.
Pulitzer's in the mail.
What
Right.
exactly do you have to have the topic of a podcast be to win a Pulitzer?
I think you have to be smart and actually give out good advice.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It was probably something on fucking quantum mechanics or some shit.
mhm.
I think one of them was on like people that had spent 30 years in jail. I don't know, some shit from prison. So something way more in depth than this,
Yeah.
but still.
Shit people don't want to listen to.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it seems not likely that someone drinking mayonnaise is going to win a Pulitzer.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I would think not. And
Plus,
the-
they were all really big podcasts, it seemed like.
yeah.
Of course.
Well, they had the fancy mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We're over here with Dukes. It was they have Hellmans.
There's actually a one of the indie podcasts that did make it onto the Apple 200. And it was Playlist Wars. And I was like, that is exciting because
but-
they made it up with the big boys.
But they didn't get a Pulitzer.
No, they didn't.
That's-
But
they're-
they made, I mean, what's better than a Pulitzer being on the Apple
I would say
top 200 podcasts?
no. A Pulitzer's way better.
Don't you get $1 million for winning the Pulitzer? Oh no, that's the
Yeah.
Nobel Prize.
Oh,
Yeah. But either way, I mean that is a big accomplishment though.
Stepping
Yeah.
stone. It's just
Yeah.
a stepping stone. You guys are going to get there.
Oh
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
for sure.
We'll send you our address.
mhm.
A little out of the profits.
What if one of us, just, any indie podcaster was just to change their Twitter to Pulitzer Prize winning podcast?
Oh,
Well,
that's a good idea.
you know, it's funny because we always talk about like when we were watching shows, usually like crime shows or whatever, and it's like this person, this is a cult expert. It's like, what makes them an expert? They just fucking say they are. So, I
Mhm.
mean, we could do that. We could just
I
say
mean, I
that.
say it.
Absolutely.
I say it every fucking episode. So really, I mean,
Yeah.
we could just say that.
And if we spelled it wrong, we could be like, we're not talking about that one. If they came to
Yes.
fact check us, we're like, we're not talking about that one. Check the spelling, motherfucker. Hello.
That
Yeah.
is an excellent idea. Then you can't be sued because
Yeah.
you're like, nope.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is just something that our neighborhood made up. And
The homeowners association in our neighborhood awarded this to us.
Yep.
No, there's nobody in our neighborhood listening to us. They're all way too old.
Oh yeah. Mm-mm.
No, and they would not appreciate the stuff that is coming out of our house. So.
I don't know.
We live in one of those neighborhoods.
Oh.
Yeah. Where they get mad at like little things like your basketball goal is still in the street. Yeah, motherfucker, that's where it stays. Like, where you want me to put it? I'm not going to attach the bitch to my house. I'm going to drill the shit to my home. So yeah, it's there. That's where it's going to stay.
Are they out with like the ruler measuring?
Yeah, these are the yeah. I mean, I don't cut my own grass, but you know, they are that type of person you would see like on their hands and knees, like measuring shit to be like, this is a quarter of an inch higher than it should be. Yeah, that's definitely those people. And I don't know what we pay for. Oh, that's right, babe. We got the amenities.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started on that fucking picnic table. That's it. That's what we got. A picnic table. We pay for that shit yearly.
$200 a year for a picnic table in a grassy area. That's the amenities. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we can't get a fucking pool. Every neighborhood around us has a pool. We have no pool. We have a picnic table.
Jeez. What?
And what's funny about that is she actually emailed the realtor when they were still building in here, and it was like, she's like, "What are the amenities you're talking about?" She's like, she responded with a picnic table. She's like, responded back, "That's not a fucking amenity."
She didn't really have too much to say after that.
Like, I am a Pulitzer Prize winning podcast,
and I can't have a pool,
and I get a picnic table.
Yeah. But the neighborhood next to us, what it is what's crazy is the neighborhoods that are older than ours have pools, but the neighborhood ours and the one that's right next to us, which are newer, they don't have pools. So I don't know why that is.
Some sort of legality, I'm sure.
Probably, I don't know.
You guys have a crematory though.
We do. Sloss Furnace.
We got a blow up pool now too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That thing's like 2 feet deep. So, be jealous. Eat your heart out.
I mean, that's up to your waist, babe.
Huh?
That's up to your waist. 2 feet. I mean, we're fucking close.
Me too. So
I did put a float in it.
Yeah. You ever seen somebody in a kiddie pool with a float? Yeah, that's her. Like a legit, not like floaties on her arms, but like laying on a float, like in the fucking 2 foot pool.
I needed some sun.
Yeah. Because those rays wouldn't penetrate all 24 inches and all 2 feet of that. You know?
Why is that concrete block tied to his ankle? And why is he just standing up? But she tried to drown him in a wading pool.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That sounds like her. Yeah.
It's so you see here. If you don't have a fully fenced yard, well, I don't know what the rules are here because the rules are,
there are none.
Free for all in Niagara County here, but where we lived in prior to this, in another suburb of Buffalo, if you didn't have a fully fenced yard, you can't even have the blow up pool.
What?
Because a child can get in it and drown.
If you aren't watching your kid and they fucking get in your pool and drown, that's on them.
Or the neighbor's child. They don't mean your own. They mean just
keep that little bastard in his own yard.
I know exactly, and it would be like you'd think it would be trespassing, and your kid got into my pool, but no.
It's crazy. Can't even have a blow up pool.
You cannot possibly take responsibility for your child entering someone else's yard and jumping in their pool. Wasn't my fault.
I mean, if a kid can, like, if we had our 2 foot pool and a kid got in there and drowned, like, what's that kid doing outside by itself?
And here
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, you'd get in. I mean, didn't they have like a rule here where if you broke into someone's home, and you got injured or they shot you, they could sue you, right?
I've seen things like that. I've seen things like that across the country.
Yeah,
where a burglar fell through their skylight.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
He was able to sue him. Yeah, and won. Not just sued him, but won. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome
and
to
he was
America.
Trespassing.
It wasn't a strong enough skylight. I mean, what is the?
I don't know. Thank God we don't have a skylight, and we also don't own anything worth stealing.
You know, I
whoever,
call
250
bullshit
pool.
on them having that anyway because I fell in snow that was deeper than our fucking pool there. So if they don't want people drowning, I mean,
That-
you
yeah.
know, get the fucking snow out of the way. I was like thigh deep.
Yeah, I had to help her out. Like she couldn't get out of it on her own. Like I had to legit pull her out of it because it was like almost up to her waist when she fell in. It was fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. I mean, I didn't help her immediately by any stretch. Like I waited for a bit because I was laughing my
Stuck in
ass
an
off. But
avalanche.
Yeah, but a kid in that, they'd have been gone. You'd never seen him again.
yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened.
Well, we're pretty sure here in this county where we live, they don't. There are no rules. It's just it's a ruleless society over here. But in the nicer areas,
In the nicer
You
areas,
get
they'll save your
fined.
kid from
Yeah, they'll
drowning
save
in
you.
frozen water.
here, you can just ride ATVs up and down the streets, which is highly illegal. But you call the police, and their police are like, take it into your own hands. While I ticket your car for being on the wrong side of the street. That's literally how it is.
All right, so earlier I said that we take pride in being our local Niagara Falls podcast,
Yep.
and
I
just
mean,
got us kicked out of
It's
Niagara Falls.
Not our fault that they don't do shit with this city.
Well, I mean, but
We're not responsible for that.
we're trying to bring it back.
Way to represent.
Representing. Yeah. We have 2-foot deep pools here, everyone. Come and
Oh,
visit.
goodness.
To be fair, I mean, we have one of the natural wonders of the fucking world. And this
Oh, 2 of them.
should
There's
be
me and Niagara Falls.
a very, very rich city. And what is here?
Me and Niagara Falls.
People come here, and the difference between here and staring across the river to Canada, it's like night and day. You come here, everything closes at 6 because they're afraid of being
Fucking
robbed.
right.
There's
Yeah.
no restaurants. It's ridiculous. We've
And
got a
don't-
casino.
Don't go there. Don't go there in the off season. You got 2 fucking places to eat. You got whatever that place was that was awesome that we ate. I can't remember the name of it. That dude was on Hell's Kitchen, and it was the most amazing tacos I've ever had in my life. Or fucking Papa John's. Other than that, I mean, even at the casino,
Yep.
they close shit at 9:00.
That's exactly right. I'm glad someone else is saying it because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
nuts, yeah.
you better get everything you need done before a certain time.
I mean, like gas stations.
Closed.
Gas stations closed. I mean, everything was closed. We barely got Papa John's that night.
Well,
Yeah.
and like we flew in late, and I remember when that guy picked us up in the Uber. We're driving through, and there's like shit boarded over, and I was like, "Is there
Yep.
people still here? Like, is this a ghost town? I don't understand."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were in Niagara Falls in February, so I mean, I will say that is probably the most off season you could get. But I was just very surprised because, well, the Hard Rock was open, but there was like a 3-hour wait, and I was like, well, their food's not good enough to wait 15 minutes for. But it was
No.
what was close, but it was too long, so we just walked around until we found that one place. But everything else like shut down. And we were at the casino, and I was shocked because we went to get something to eat. It was 9:00. And the line was so long. The guy came out and he's like, "Hey, we close at 9:30, so you're not going to be able to get in by then." I was like, "You guys close in a casino? What the fuck?" And he's like, "Well, you could get something over there, like the grab and go or whatever." And I was like, "I'm not eating a $9 ham and cheese sandwich." Like, no, it's not fucking happening. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think I can fix this.
I mean, I would love that to be a joke and for you to be exaggerating, but you're so nuts.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
With over 8 million visitors worldwide once per year, come visit Niagara Falls. It's a beautiful place to come. We have water. All right, continue on.
It is beautiful, to be fair. And in the summer,
It is, yeah.
every single night at 10:00 p.m., they have fireworks at the falls, and
Sponsored by Canada.
Mhm. And the park around the falls is really nice, and we do have a really great casino.
We went on the Maid of the Mist.
and we have the Maid of the Mist in the summer and all that stuff.
Yeah, all that shit was shut down. We got to stand and look at the water.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to go on the Maid
Yeah,
of the
you
Mist.
don't want to go on
February.
that. Yeah, because
No.
they literally take you right up against the falls. I
Not
mean, I am
really.
telling you, it's
close.
right there.
Pretty
oh
close.
my goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mhm.
This
There
looks
were
great.
some people doing it though because
No, they don't run it.
Well,
Well,
they
what
went-
the fuck were those people doing in their little rain jackets
They
on
went-
the little elevator
They
thing?
went down into like
Because
the
you walk
caverns
by
or
the
whatever.
falls.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
called
wasn't going
Cave of
over
the
there.
Winds.
Yeah.
Cave of the Winds.
Can't do Cave of the Winds.
Oh,
Yes, you
okay.
can.
No,
Mhm.
it was open, but that shit got shut down. I was not allowed to go. Candace was like, "We're not doing that."
The wind already blew me away once. Legit fucking blew me away. Like I'm on the ice. The wind blew so hard, I went flying away from him.
Yeah, I had to go get her. Like she couldn't.
I couldn't get
took her
back.
down the sidewalk.
I almost took a damn family and their dog out.
So I'm going to
Just
make a
completely-
suggestion when you come here next time. Go to Lewiston, which is 5 minutes away from here. Different night and day.
Shout out Lewiston.
Very, very nice, quiet town with things that are open. And also there's the Niagara Gorge there with the whirlpools. And that's a fantastic site. Or go to the city of Buffalo, which is all night. Like all the bars, all the restaurants open all night. And it's relatively safe for a city. So next time you come, go there.
We'll help you get there. We'll take you.
Hmm
Yeah, if we would have known you before, that would have been great. But thanks for the late info.
Hey, we're here to not help. So speaking of that,
Yeah.
what can we not else help you with?
Well, that would
not
be
else help.
Renee. Yeah, that'd be your cue, babe. What do we got?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know we were to me yet.
Yeah, we are. Over to you. Your turn. Go.
Oh my gosh, that's me and pain medication. Okay.
Oh yeah,
so-
yeah. That's the other disclaimer we need to give tonight.
Oh
She
yeah,
is
we probably.
high legally on pain meds. So good luck with this episode tonight.
Okay, so this says from female driver. They would like our thoughts and possibly to settle it. It says, I just have some questions about drivers, specifically female drivers. It gets on my nerves when I hear women are bad drivers. Just throwing an entire sex into the same category doesn't sit well with me. So, what do you think? Are all women bad drivers? And if you agree that all women are bad drivers, if a woman says she's a good driver, is she lying? And when I'm riding with someone and there's a bad driver in front of them, they always say it must be a woman, which is ridiculous, but even my female friends do it. What the fuck is up with everyone, including women, saying all women are bad drivers? You know, I actually do that too.
Me too.
Well,
Don't even know why.
settled it and done. So as the new saying is, there's a lot to unpack there. So are all women bad drivers? I will say, I've been in 3 accidents in my life. One was not my fault, but I still got ticketed, saying it was because some chick hit me. And the other 2, I got hit by dudes. So accidents so far, no.
So I'm going to say men are reckless. Women are. Okay, I'm a woman. Women are dumb drivers. I swear. They drive. I've never. Okay, I am one of those people who's like, must be a woman. And you look over and it is a woman. I am right about 99.9% of the time. Either that or they're like a tourist over here. So, but I think that they don't pay attention. Like they're texting or they're listening to their One Direction or whatever the fuck they're doing.
One
they're-
Direction.
They're literally, well, that is true because they literally stare in one direction. They don't use their mirrors. They don't look side to side. They literally drive eyes straight ahead. And you know this is true. I will have women like almost sideswipe me. They have no idea that they just did that. No idea. And their heads are still straight ahead. They have just changed lanes without looking. It has happened to me way too many times. They are so oblivious. I would say women are oblivious drivers.
That's
I
fair.
just feel like you've turned this into a musical podcast all of a sudden. Do you think they're looking side to side? You got me working side. Anyway,
Or when you look over and one of them's putting makeup on, it's like, bitch, that's not going to help anyway. Just pay attention to what you're doing on the road.
Yeah.
Like, there's no amount of makeup that's going to help you, honey. Just pay attention to the road.
Yeah, makeup. Oh, everything. I mean, drinking their Starbucks and biting their bagel, whatever. I mean, like, it's just like completely, they are the only driver in the world and they are just on their way to wherever they're going.
So let's ask a quick question here to break this. What did you say? Unpack this even further.
Yeah.
What is the definition of a bad driver?
Oh, good question.
Women. I think we established that. No, okay. So I know what Candace is gonna say. So I'm gonna get ahead of this shit. A bad driver is somebody who doesn't pay attention to the surroundings and what's going on. Okay, so do I drive and text? Yep, sure do. Do I drive and tweet? Yeah, sure fucking do. Do I drive and trade on the stock market? Yep, sure fucking do. Do I do that when other people are around me? No. Do I do it when I have a lane on each side of me and there's nobody around me? I do. If I'm in traffic, I do not. So I think, I can be swerving in 3 different lanes as long as nobody else is in the other 2. So that's
I don't feel like that's always accurate, but sure, we'll go with that.
You've been with me.
I feel like that's mostly accurate because I feel like I'm that same person. You have to admit that not admit, but you have to. I agree. I agree that it is about your surroundings and awareness. It really is. Just because I'm legally texting and driving, I don't know where that's legal. But just because I'm doing that doesn't mean that I don't know what's here, and here, before, front, behind, sideways. I know everything around me all the time. And that, I think, is the key to the whole driving thing. I mean, that's exactly it. Because everybody's like, oh my God, there's something in front of me. Well, dummy, you should have known that all along. That's when you stop your texting and know that you're in a spot where you got to pay attention.
Yeah.
I've got another one.
It's common sense.
So what about the women or it's usually younger girls because they haven't yet had their first accident for being a fucking asshole.
God. I thought you were going to say the first
so women who are younger girls who you can tell, because older women typically don't do this because they know better. Younger girls, it's always a younger girl, riding up your fucking ass on the throughway. And it's like, and here you have snow, you have ice, it's always in bad conditions. And they're riding up, and the first thing that crosses my mind is, yeah, I'm going to move over for you, and I'm going to watch you go, and I hope you fucking crash. I always hope that they crash. I'm like, I hope they get pulled over, or I hope they crash, because then they're going to learn their lesson. Yeah, I'll move over for you because you're being a jackass. They are so close, and it's always a younger girl. Always. Because they haven't yet learned that you don't get that fucking close.
Ooh, yeah, this is personal.
What she meant by
it's true.
It must be, though. It must be younger girls and lawhorns because both you and your dad drive so close. Like that would be one of my definitions of a bad driver is tailgating. You could reach out and touch the fucking sticker on their tag.
Have I hit anybody?
Not yet.
Okay, there exactly. And we drive an Armada. Okay, we get like 17 inches to the gallon. We have to keep gas in the car so we can get out of the driveway and then refill that bitch. So I have to get as close as I possibly can to draft. That's the only way we get anywhere without having to stop at every goddamn gas station.
Oh, please. You did that shit when you had that tiny ass little piece of shit car. I don't know what it was.
Can't
I
even
can't
say the
remember.
word.
Gas mileage.
That Cobalt.
Cobalt.
You know what it was? Paid off. Okay, until that dude pulled out in front of me. He turned left right in front of me and then tried to say I ran a red light. No, I didn't. But anyway. No,
was he a woman?
Yeah. he may have identified as one. I don't know. But
you know what I wonder, though? I wonder if one of the reasons is that we can't drive with our knee as easily. Because my knee does not reach the fucking wheel in this Armada.
Valid point.
Knee
driving. I am a great knee driver.
So am I.
I don't have, my legs are so short. I have the shortest legs on earth. I could never drive with my knee.
Well,
there would be no way.
You had that Civic, or what was it, babe, where you had to take the headrest off so you could see behind you?
Yeah, and that was, oh my God, that was some shit every time I went on post because they would bring out the little fucking mirrors like I was bringing in a bomb. And every time they would ask me about this, I'm like, I've never had fucking headrest ever. I don't know why this is a thing every day when I come on post.
Yeah, and when she says post, she means Fort Hood when I was in the Army.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
And then also you had that other car where you had to sit on your foot so you could see over the steering wheel.
I did. That was a
Put it on
Camry,
your
a
foot.
Solara. Yeah, I did because I couldn't. I just couldn't see high enough. The seat didn't go up high enough, so I sat on my foot.
I was a driving instructor for a very short period of time.
'Cause you're a
and
woman? Is that why they
What?
were like, no, you can't do this anymore?
No, I got too overwhelmed and scared. I had like a horrible stomach ache every single day.
And there you go. There's another factor.
No, it was because the day that a child almost drove me straight into a ditch because, okay, so pulling up to a red light, all right, and straight ahead is just an embankment, a ditch, and obviously you can't go straight. Obviously.
It's not obvious. It's an
And-
option.
Fucking X
the
Games.
choices were right or left. Well, he went straight.
What's because
and I
he
had
was
to-
trying to knee drive.
Oh my god!
And I had to use my brake, and I was like, at that point, I was like, I'm so done with this. I'm so done with this. But I had to have a special cushion in the passenger seat so that I could reach the brake.
I think we're dear
A
female
lifting
driver.
cushion.
I think we're starting to answer your question. By the way, did you bury that kid in a 2-foot deep pool?
Right.
Oh, well, one of my trainers, when I was training, had a bottle of Pepto-Bismol that he kept chugging.
Another one.
And I always,
Nearly
I
missed.
didn't always, but I was like, that's really weird. I wonder if he's got like, stomach problems or whatever. After I started teaching students, I fully understand why he's chugging Pepto-Bismol.
Was it actually Jack Daniels?
Should have been.
So
It's
what's
terrifying.
the training? Is it so he's training you to drive to show other people how to drive? I mean, like
No, they.
that's like the blind leading the blind. I feel like.
That's like the woman leading the woman.
No, we had picked up a student, and I was just watching him teach a student. And then when we dropped the student off, I got into the front seat, and his Pepto-Bismol was in the back seat, and he kept reaching back to get it and chug it. It's like, this is
Oh my goodness!
not good.
Was the student male or female? I didn't catch
I
that
don't
part.
remember. Actually, the girls were better than the boys. I've got to tell you.
Well, they mature faster, and then they get behind the wheel of a car, and it all goes to shit from there.
Well, also, I wonder if, like, and you have to admit this, babe, because I mean, there's words that I come up with because, and I have different meanings for them just because of my wife. Like with her, I use the kayak effect. So if you've ever been kayaking and you flip over, all you got to do is calm down and relax, and don't take a breath, obviously, because you're underwater, but just take a second, and you can flip yourself back over. If you freak the fuck out, you will drown. And every time she's in a situation, I'm like, babe, you're kayaking right now. Calm the fuck down. You're kayaking. Would you calm down? And I wonder, like, do more women have that response where they just kind of freeze and are like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And that's what ends up causing an accident.
It's really a valid point.
I just really think it's not paying attention. That's really what I think. That, and I think that men just have better reflexes. Like, that's why women aren't NASCAR drivers, usually.
Well, Danica
Usually.
Patrick won no races ever.
Yeah.
But
she crashed in all of them.
She did crash in all of
you
them.
cannot. Here's one thing. We want to say all day, I am woman, hear me roar, I'm stronger than a man. No, you fucking aren't stronger than a man. You are not. You are literally not stronger than a man. You're not supposed to be. Men are the
Exactly.
hunters and gatherers. This is how we were made. Yeah, we want to live thinking, women can do anything a man can. No, they can't. I'm sorry, but they just can't.
We talked about this last week. We talked
talk
about
this a lot.
Yeah, and it's not a man is better than woman because they're stronger.
No.
It's just biology. It's just physiologically. I mean, we are stronger, and that's just the way it is. So, I mean, you're exactly right. And anytime I have an argument of who's better, men or women, I'm bringing you on because apparently you are pro dude, and I'm loving it.
It's just, I just feel like it's dumb. Like, I just know. I mean, just biologically, we were not meant to do the things that we do these days, and that it's great that we're doing it. More power to you if you want to be a cage fighter. But if you put a man cage fighter in there with a woman, there is no way she's winning. No way.
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
and we've talked about that too, and I mean,
Mhm.
even dudes that fight other dudes, there's weight classes. I mean, there's a reason
Mhm.
why a 300-pound guy doesn't fight somebody that's 135 pounds
Exactly.
because I mean they're just built different, and that's how it is. So, but for driving, so you just think what they just you can't react as fast. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and then when you get yourself in that situation, you I think they panic more than a man does. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have known nervous men drivers. I mean, I absolutely have, but I think that it's more of the case with women than it is with men, is that they don't have confidence. But I think it's kind of I think that the younger girls are the issue. I really don't see any terrible older women drivers because they've had enough experience driving.
Well, they
It's-
crashed all the cars they had available to them.
And their
No.
husbands do all the driving.
Yeah, but then the second in line would be the elderly, because they lose their ability to
See.
react fast or
Hear.
see or hear.
Breathe.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about being able to react to a situation that
Take nourishment.
is going to make you crash. Take nourishment.
Good Lord.
Oh, I have one more thing before we might or might not move on. What about depth perception, and how many curbs do people hit at drive-thrus and things like that?
So,
That's another thing.
here's
is
a-
depth perception
here's a
another part of the
fact.
issue?
Do you know that your depth perception does not fully develop until you are 25 years old?
Oh, I'm
I
double
did
depth.
not know that.
See,
We learned
babe?
that in driver school. I almost said driver ed. Driver instructor school. Yeah, it's 25 before you fully develop that ability.
Wow.
That's why so many teen drivers get into accidents, because they cannot tell how close they are to something accurately.
Well, that's the Pulitzer Prize winning stuff we're
Mhm.
bringing, right, babe? Right there. We're
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
you stuff.
We are providing the information.
Now,
Mhm.
what about pushing a cart in the store? When you talk about hitting curbs, like for people that I don't know, destroy end caps.
I know what you're
Do you
talking
know what
about.
we're talking about?
One fucking time, okay? I did this one time.
And you did what after all that shit fell all over the place?
I got Cam out and I was like, let's go. We just left the shit in there. I was so embarrassed. I mean, I knocked over the entire fucking display. Shit went everywhere. But in fairness, it was one of the carts that have like the seat in the front for the kids. So it's so long. Like
Yep,
it's
I know what
hard
you're
to
talking
turn adequately.
Well,
And
don't
I
drive
did
a
not
pickup
turn
truck.
it adequately.
Don't drive a pickup truck if you're not qualified to drive.
Right.
That's the
That's
other
amazing.
thing.
So I need to clarify this. Did we're talking like cartoon effect, like the whole thing went down?
Yes,
That's
it was
amazing.
bad. It was
that would be
bad.
something that would happen to me.
That doesn't happen. That's a purpose. That's not that is a misjudgment
like-
right there.
Yeah.
She's like,
It
these Target
really-
workers,
it was.
these people at Target aren't working hard enough. Fuck them. I'm going to hit this end cap. Everything's coming down, bitches.
And thankfully, I mean, Cam was like 2 or 3 then. I think he was like 3. And he was a mouthy little 3-year-old. So I knew he was going to fucking snitch me out. So I just snatched his ass out of that cart and we were gone.
Well, because
I'm
you
like,
and
no.
your-
White bullseye shit.
Yeah.
Target.
Well,
it was
people.
like in movies where they, there's a can display and it's in a pyramid, and then you
Oh,
knocked
see what you
into
did
it
there.
and
A
it's-
can display. I get it. Can
No.
display.
So was that what it was?
Yeah, I think it was like boxes of, so I don't remember if it was like cereal or what, but it was like that kind of boxes, and the entire thing was out. I guess
that's
I
so
hit
amazing.
it. It was
Yeah, 'cause
almost
you-
like how a cop pits, you got to get them in the right spot. Apparently, I got that display just in the right spot, and that fucker toppled.
Did you ask for the videotape?
Oh my gosh.
Didn't get out of there fast enough. Of course, you and Cam have some interesting times in Target
This
when he was
kid.
little, because he did tell that one woman that she needed to take her kid to the bathroom and basically beat his ass because he was being bad. And we don't even spank our kids, so I don't know where
Right.
he got that from.
I have no idea. He was like, him's being bad. You need to take him to the bathroom and handle him. Like, you need to turn the hell around in this cart and shut up. How about that?
Wow. That's
Kids, man. God.
Yeah.
They grow up to be drivers.
Yeah.
Well, there's some sort of crisis going on. I'm sorry.
There's a crisis? Did someone drive?
No,
Is it a female?
it's my son's girlfriend who's crashed how many times now?
Is she's driving?
Is she actively crashing right now during the podcast?
No.
I got a story for you guys. Let me go just go
sent me
crash
a
a
picture
car.
of a rash, so
Okay.
that's good.
That's
Sorry from the
podcast.
airbag.
Hopefully
A
not
rash from the-
caused by your son.
No.
Just kind of hoping that's not why she sent it to you. Like, hey, see what happened here?
Does he have this too?
Oh, gosh.
You ever seen this? Check your medical book.
Okay, so all right, so really the last thing I'm going to bring up here potentially is that what about comfortability while you're driving? Like if you have a rash and you're squirming around in your driver's seat and it's caused by your son, do you crash? Like, what happens?
If you're itching your rash.
Is there a parallel between riding a bike and driving a bicycle, or riding a bicycle and driving a car?
Okay, now I'm going to tell you this. I was a terrible bicycle rider. I would crash into everything when I rode. And
Are you
because-
a woman?
yeah, well, because I was born in the 70s and I grew, I was a teen in the 80s and 90s.
That's a long fucking teenager.
Our parents didn't.
I was a teenager for 2 decades.
Yes. No, in 88 or 8, I was at 13 in the 80s, the late 80s.
I see how it went.
And then
Okay.
I was an older teen in the 90s.
It just came out weird.
But our parents didn't drive us anywhere. And so what did you do if they wouldn't drive you? You got on your bike. Well, I went through so many bikes because I kept breaking them.
God damn, you crashed that hard you needed new bikes?
Oh, my
Holy
gosh.
shit.
Yes.
Wow.
I crashed into a hydrant and flew over it and
Oh
tore
my
up my
gosh.
whole body. Yeah. I tore my arm open by hitting a car mirror. A parked car mirror. I drove
Parked
into
car.
it. Yeah. And I flew and I tore my arm.
gosh.
The one and only time my stepmother cared about me was when I walked into the house with half my skin off of my forearm. And I've never seen that look on her face. She turned white. She's like, "Oh my God." And that's the only time that woman has ever
Babe, do you specialize in like
Scared.
childhood bicycle trauma? Because I feel like you need to set up an appointment with her.
She would be the first client who's ever told me that. I mean, bikes plural? Like, that's a lot of shit that went down.
Mhm. I would ride bikes with my friends
And collide.
and collide and or hit pedals and we'd both fly off. Oh, all the time. It was
What were y'all
bad.
doing?
We would just try to ride side by
I
side
gotta
and
fix
talk.
my bangs. They're not high
Look,
enough.
if you were my friend and we were riding bikes, I'd be like, bitch, get in the basket behind me. You just
Yeah.
all in because you riding. There's no more you on a bike. Like, get in the basket.
I was bad on a bike, really
So
bad.
you did not progressively get any better?
No.
You just continued to wreck?
Yeah, no.
Wow.
I think it's because I learned how to ride a bike late. Like I think I was like
Really?
9 or something when I learned how to ride a
I
bike.
might have learned how to walk late, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean I
You only would have been
constantly walk into
5.
wall.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'm.
That's great.
I don't think that tracks.
Well, babe,
My
hey,
daughter just texted me Olivia Newton-John died.
Yeah,
Yes, I saw
Yeah.
that a few minutes ago.
yeah.
It has nothing to do with women drivers or bikes.
No.
Does it have anything to do with women podcasting? We just keep trying to bring down the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wah,
What the
wah.
fuck's wrong with you guys? Now, babe, you tried to get on a bike. I remember we got you one.
Yeah, that whole expression, it's like riding a bike. Fuck them. No, it's not. It was horrible, horrible. I went, well, to be fair, the bike was too big for me. The seat was up too high. And I decided in my 30s I was going to start bike riding again. And I hopped on one side and fell the fuck off the other side.
It was like
Just went
one.
straight over.
It was like one motion. She jumped
Yeah.
on it and went from left to right and just fell on the ground. She's like, "Fuck this."
I was so pissed too because I was so excited to go buy that bike. But
Isn't
we lowered the seat and all, and I finally was able to ride it.
I was gonna say, wasn't that like the first thing that you would do is size up the bike and make sure that you're not
Well,
going to just fall off the
That's
other
kind
side?
of what she was doing.
I bought
Oh,
the
I got it.
bought the adult beach cruiser. Apparently, I needed a child's bicycle because I'm too short for an adult. Yeah. Mhm.
So how
Great.
was you just bought a bike, Jason? Was it easy after so many years
Yeah.
of not riding a bike?
Yeah, but
Show
dude,
off.
I'm a
'Cause we're
dude,
men.
he said.
Yeah, because we're
Yeah.
men.
Get on and ride the fucking bike.
Yeah, just fucking pedal. How hard is it?
Pedal. You go.
Pedal
you
the
balance.
goddamn bike.
Do-do-do-do-do.
You know what I found?
Give it to me when I'm 70. If I'm still alive, I'll still ride the bike.
So remember when we were in our 30s and
No.
we went we went
Feels like
roller
forever ago,
skating with the kids and I realized that bike riding, yeah, maybe you can still do it when you're old. But have you tried to roller skate
You're challenging
again
me.
when you're old? When you're older,
Yes.
now that you're old, your body, like, it's like you can't figure out how to like get your equilibrium right to not
Yes.
dive.
I don't want
You're
to.
like, did these skates go that fucking fast back then?
Yeah.
Surely they did not. They did.
I don't want to brag, but we went roller skating a couple years ago, and it was like
Yeah,
I'd
this
never
bitch
stopped.
this bitch was just skating away.
Yeah,
I'm out there with the kids on the little fucking walker thing trying to get going.
me,
Feels rough.
I'm skating backwards, doing all kinds of stuff. It was like I'd never stopped.
Oh,
I mean, I could
Probably 'cause
never
I'm a
do
man.
that. I could never do that good, but I didn't. I skated for the first time. I ice skated for the first
skated.
time when I was late 30s.
I've
I
never
didn't
ice
fucking fall. I
skated.
didn't fucking fall once.
I can't ice skate.
I wasn't great at it,
Cannot.
but I didn't fall. I didn't cut anybody's throat open with a blade.
I've never ice skated.
We'll have to go. I mean, we can go down. I mean, they have
It's
it open
hard.
24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, we
All year.
could, but when I see how the roller skating went, I feel like ice skating is not, the next level for me.
It's not.
Mm-mm.
It's not.
No.
No, it's definitely not.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's so hard. I can't stand it.
It's
hate
not as
ice
easy to
skating.
stop.
No. Yeah, and then ice is a lot worse to fall on than pavement.
Oh, yeah.
Ice is bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more solid.
And
But
all
there's
those
less
little
road rash.
fucking teenagers laughing at you, I bet. I could just see that. Those little bastards.
Or zooming by you and getting annoyed and bumping into you. No.
For any of the listeners who aren't our age, we once had these tricycles that had big plastic wheels, and we called them big wheels.
Big wheels.
Did you ever have a big wheels incident?
Oh, I had tons of those because we got like this monster hill. I don't know where that fucking kind of bravery came from at that age, but I mean, took off on that fucker. It
Downhill
crashed
or
every single
kind of-
time.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah,
there
the
it
bottom
is.
of the hill was the crash every time.
So apparently, bad women drivers start on any vehicle. That's what I'm hearing.
At
I
any
walked
age.
right into that one. I see.
Well,
I walked
big
right into
wheels were to be destroyed. I think that it was all of our goals. Just like, how can I destroy this big wheel so that I get another one for Christmas next year?
That's probably true.
No, I,
we
will
did
say,
everything to destroy those.
yeah, I'll say Candace is a good driver. The only thing I don't like is she does this thing where she'll hit the gas and then let off of the gas pedal and then hit the gas. So it's like you're constantly like, you just going back and forth. I get fucking seasick when she drives.
Lies, all lies.
It's not a lie.
I don't feel it ever.
Yeah, because you're doing it.
Lies.
Of course you don't feel it. Like, it's just constant. Like, we'll go from like 70 to 63 to 70 to 63 to 70
Oh my
to
gosh,
63.
really?
It is
Really?
that bad. It is that bad.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
no. That's
Fine,
fucking
fine.
ridiculous.
I'll let you drive, maybe, and then I'll just record it.
Mhm.
We'll
That's a
put
good
this
point,
shit
yeah.
to bed. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that happen. So where then, Candace and Lisa, would you rate yourselves on a scale of 1 to 10?
10 being a man.
Right, as a driver.
Well, Jason, you say, but I don't believe it to be true, that I get too close to people. But I don't think I do. I don't think I get too close. And I'm an easy breaker. I'm
fuck you are.
No, I am. I'm a gentle breaker.
Ah, you and Jason drive a lot alike then. Because that's how he likes to drive. Too close and then slams on the fucking brakes.
You never let me drive, first of all. So
I'm scared.
no, you
Same.
just don't like anyone to drive.
You got the Pepto-Bismol in your car, Jason?
Do you think I'm a bad driver? You do not think I'm a bad driver. You
I
think I get
think
too
that-
close.
I think that. All right, let's just do the rating scale, and let's just. All right, what is your assessment of your driving? A scale of 1 to 10. 10 being a man.
I'm a 10. not in that sense, but as a
All right,
driver.
Candace, what about you?
Okay, if the men were going by or you two, then I say 12. Because I've rode with this fucker and I drive better than he does.
Okay,
Hands
now,
down.
The fuck? No, you don't.
all right, Jason, your assessment of Candace.
I mean, let's see, she's a 7, and that's only because if I didn't get seasick, she'd be a 10. She's a very cautious driver, and she's the type of person that would get in my way.
It's funny that you said that because I was hovering around 7 or 8. Sorry, I moved away. I was hovering around 7 or 8 there because, yeah, I mean, as your skills have definitely been enhanced by some of the driving jobs you've done and so on and so forth. There is a little bit of fear factor and all that, but I think
Me? I'm not a scare. I'm not a
no for me,
Oh.
but overall, you're among the better of the female drivers for sure. What is the percentage of people that you would rate at the same level that you guys are getting rated at?
I know my
How
daughter
many
is
other
terrifying.
good female drivers or reasonably good, not quite as good as a man, female drivers do you know?
None.
Jason, you're a 10.
Yeah, not. I mean, my mom's a good driver, but
No,
most
hold on,
people
hold on,
not
hold
so
on.
much.
Your mom had that thing from the insurance company that would tell, that would send data back on how fast she was driving and everything. She said she had to turn that thing off. So let's hold on about how good a driver she is.
Yeah, but I drive like she does, and I don't know how you say I would get in your way because you tell me all the time that I'm going to get a ticket. You're like, I'm not paying no fucking tickets because you can't slow down.
Well, that's true.
So-
All right. I slightly retract my statement about you getting in my way. All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I let you, I don't want to say I let you drive, but
I was about to say, what the fuck?
I go to sleep while you're driving. So the few times I let you, and when I say I let, it's just I can't not drive. It's just something about being in the car. I get too bored or whatever. But when you do drive, I can go to sleep. So I guess, that's what puts you up in the 7, 8 category. I mean, if you were 5 or below, you wouldn't drive at all. You wouldn't even have a fucking car. I'd be like, just walk. Just fucking walk. I'm not paying the insurance on that. Just fucking walk.
Hey, but you know what? At least you could get me a bicycle. We couldn't do that for Lisa. I'm just saying. We could not get her a bicycle. Because she would be fucking stuff up right and left. Mostly herself.
Mhm.
Flipping over the handlebars.
I did. I dove right over the handlebars. How does one drive into a yellow fire hydrant? Well, I did.
Well,
Very
Um,
carefully.
I can put you in touch with my sister
Tire
because she
first.
is just as bad as you are when it comes to bikes. My sister will hit anything on a bike.
See,
Just
there you go.
everything.
I think it's because all bikes were too big. Because you get to a certain point and you graduate to a 10 speed, and I'm short, and it's just really hard to get on those, and you can't get a 10 speed for a short person. It doesn't exist.
So the real question is, all the way back to the beginning, dear female driver, did we answer your question? Do you think we answered her question?
Who?
Female driver.
Yeah, the person asked the question. If females are worse.
Oh,
I mean, I feel like you guys have said yes. And as a man, I'm backing up. And I'm saying you two have said yes. Females are worse drivers than men.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
and
probably
even
so.
in our rating scale,
You're-
when we are clearly superior,
You're a good
and
driver.
Oh,
we
my Lord.
right. I got backup here. I can say whatever I want. I got the other Jason on the other side.
Well, we didn't
But-
talk about your driving though.
There's nothing to talk about.
You are okay. You're a good driver
That's it?
unless someone makes you mad.
Question number 2.
Then you're terrifying.
Moving on.
If someone gets Jason mad, he thinks
No.
he's a NASCAR
No,
driver, and I swear to you that is
But
true.
only for a second. I don't rage drive. I don't do that. I don't.
Pardon me.
No, I really don't.
Also,
I calculatedly affect the other driver.
calculatedly, is that a word?
It is now.
I-
It is now. It is
I,
now.
So
I will
also,
strategically
he
place
thinks
my
that
vehicle
he-
in places that make it difficult for the other driver at that point.
hold on. Who got a wheel weight from a semi truck in their tire because they have to cut the corners when you're on you're entering the throughway and
That was
it's that
in the
big.
middle of the lane.
It was not. It's because you drive in the shoulder because you're cutting the corner so
Okay,
that
fair
you
enough.
have
So this random wheel weight comes in, hits my tire at 70
because
miles an
you're
hour.
in the
But
shoulder.
who did not panic or anything else? Just simply pulled the car off to the side
I
and
know
changed the tire
that's
like
not
a
the
man.
point. If you weren't driving in the shoulder, you wouldn't hit road debris. What is your reasoning for driving in the shoulder? Tell everyone.
Efficiency.
How is that efficient?
You get to feel the vibration of the little rumble strips on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer to your question
See,
is.
Exactly. There's no
Because
reason.
men don't think about that stuff. They just drive.
Yeah,
you
we
just
go.
he drives fully in the shoulder around
do
turns.
not.
Yes, he does.
It's 50-50 sometimes.
Yeah. See? Yes, 50-50. The line is in the center of the hood.
No, you drive where the car makes the most sense to go. It may not always be exactly perfectly centered in the lane.
Half of the car is in the shoulder.
Lanes, look it up on your Google machine. Lanes were invented by women.
Also,
my goodness.
if someone like does something stupid,
This is all for
Jason
effect, by the way.
will he'll act as
Some
if
of it.
he's going to what's that where you hit their
drive
spit them out, the
pit maneuver.
pit maneuver them. Yes.
I'm not the first person that brought up pit
He
maneuver
will-
earlier. I believe that was Candace.
Yeah, but in
But
Target.
that's in Target, not on the damn road.
She pit maneuvered the
Yeah.
target.
I took out the fucking cereal aisle. Like, I didn't take out a car.
It's like, I got to get to
Jeez.
aisle 6 first. Get out of my way, Ethel.
Now, I
Oh
will
my
say the one thing that I do that probably I shouldn't is when we are driving and it's like a long distance drive or whatever, and I see that on the GPS it says your estimated arrival time is whatever. To me, that's a challenge,
Yes, it is.
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
Yes, it
gosh.
is.
challenge accepted, motherfucker. I'm dropping you by an hour.
Yep.
Are you two sharing the same brain? What is happening?
Oh,
No, we
my
only have half a
gosh.
brain. That's why we drive well.
That sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, that's terrible.
I mean, we were on our way to Ohio. We were supposed to go by plane at like 7:00 in the morning, and at 9:00 that night, they told us our flight was canceled. So we had tickets to the Ohio State game the next day. We were taking my dad, and we had to get to Ohio. We had to get there, and we got there real fucking fast. I mean, I shaved probably an hour and a half off that drive. We
Wow,
were
that's
we
a
were
lot
fucking
of time.
moving.
That's a lot of shaving.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
While
Yeah,
shaving.
I crawled over and got into the back seat.
Literally, we are on the interstate, and she unbuckles and crawls into the back seat, sit next to my dad. She's like, "I can't fucking take it."
I was like, nope, I want to be further away from the fucking crash when it happens.
That's a
Get as
commitment.
far back
I'm good.
as I can.
I'm gonna put myself in a more precarious position by unbuckling to get away from the unsafe driving.
I think
I mean,
that
we
the
were
back
10
seat
minutes.
feels worse.
Yeah, we were 10 minutes into the drive, maybe.
That shows you how shitty your driving was. Like 10 minutes in already, I'm climbing over.
Did
Quick
we brag?
story.
Did I get a check? Did I get a ticket? No and no. Did we get there safely? Yes.
I'm pretty sure you went by so quickly they didn't see you.
Hey, it doesn't matter how it happened. It happened.
And he
So I'm
said,
fine.
by the way, did I get a chick in that miscue right there a minute ago?
I should have tried. I had a front seat available.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
He's like Chevy Chase and
here's my.
in,
Oh,
with
I can't
Um,
think of it, but yeah.
yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it Great Outdoors?
No.
No.
It's
Oh.
in the first National Lampoon's movie where.
Yeah.
Oh,
Christy
yeah,
Brinkley.
yeah.
Christy Brinkley's
Yeah.
driving in the
Yeah.
the
in
vet next
Ferrari. Yeah. Yeah.
and the wife's sleeping in the car. And he's
Yeah.
flirting.
All right, quick best dude story of all time driving. NASCAR, go into a NASCAR race. This is 1995. So that makes me young. And I've got a guy that I work with, and we're in a rental Monte Carlo, and we were at a hotel, and the other 3 guys that were going were in a different car. They leave the hotel about 30 minutes ahead of us after they shoe polished. This is back in the days of Jeff Gordon versus Dale Earnhardt. So they shoe polished a 24 on the side of our rental car. And this is the greatest Dale Earnhardt fan of all time. So if you're a NASCAR fan, you know what that means. It's a war. We get the shoe polish off. He gets in the car. We get in the car. We're now trucking down interstate number, whatever it was, headed to Bristol, Tennessee. We catch up to them. They're 30, 40 minutes ahead. And there is no passing. What we do is we come right up behind them and we literally bump them on an interstate.
Hey,
That's what
Rubin's
dudes
racing.
do. And no one crashed. See, Rubin's racing.
Yeah.
Who paid for the rental car that you were bumping?
You get the
The
insurance.
dealership we worked for.
Oh, that's
Oh.
great.
Yeah.
You're like it was there all along.
Well, no,
We
he
didn't
did
do it.
He did it so gently that there was no damage.
Oh gosh.
It's an art.
It is.
Yeah.
So let's try that later.
No.
Oh, all right.
All right, so women are
Goodness
terrible
gracious.
drivers. You guys think so as well?
Yeah.
The end.
Okay. Second one is anonymous. They would like our opinion. It says, my boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years and just recently moved in together. Things are great, but I'm feeling guilty about something. Well, shit, this is going sideways already.
Wrong.
I'm not cheating on him or anything like that. There's just a secret I have that he doesn't know about. I don't feel like I need to tell him because it won't hurt our relationship, but I still feel guilty about it. Do you guys think it's okay to keep the secret or should I tell him? Well, I don't why the fuck you didn't tell us the secret, first of all.
Right?
It depends on what the secret is.
Exactly.
I've got some immediate thoughts here before we. All right. So they want to remain anonymous. The answer is yep. If it's a yes, that there's so by answering yep, we're going to figure out who this person is. Your secret's not safe with us. They want our opinion, and also, do they think it's okay to keep this secret, or should I tell them? I think that we'll probably be able to shorten this segment up by saying he now knows you're a bad driver.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's no secret, sweetheart. That's no secret.
Secret's out.
But
See,
here's
this
the thing,
is
like,
so
she-
vague.
Yeah, but I mean, it won't hurt our relationship. Okay, well, if it won't hurt your relationship, then why you feel guilty about it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because like there's something going on. If you're feeling guilty about it, then it's going to hurt your relationship, and that's why I don't feel like I need to tell him. Okay, well then don't fucking feel guilty.
Yeah.
I'm not present tense cheating on him.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
And the only reason things are great is because it says you just recently moved in together. Give that shit some time. Give it
Yeah.
some time.
So here's my thing. She said I'm not cheating on him. So I would I would say that was thrown in there because she's talking to someone online, which again, like you said, if they can't tell them, then they know and they say, oh, well, it won't hurt him. Well, then tell him. Well, it's something that's going to hurt him if you're not telling him.
So it's a smoke and mirrors.
Yeah. So it's definitely something related to, and some people think, well, if I'm just not doing anything physical, then it's not cheating. Yes, it is.
I
What is
tell
that
clients
noise?
all the time. If you're doing something that you would not want your partner to know, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I think it
Absolutely.
is? I think she banged his best friend before they got together.
The fuck did you get to that? Like, really?
I mean,
You
Oh.
always
well,
go worst case scenario.
Well,
before they
we're
got
assuming-
together, she got with his best friend, and then they started getting serious, and now she can't tell him. But it won't hurt the relationship because it's not still happening.
Do we all
That's-
agree that it's some sort of sexual nature?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's got to be. Yeah, there's
Because-
yeah.
If it's something, okay, so it can't be an STD because that would hurt him.
So none of those rashes.
So it can't be that.
Right, yeah.
She had a child and gave him up for adoption. That could be it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the tricky part is
What it is.
her saying that it wouldn't hurt the relationship. Well, if it wouldn't hurt it, why the fuck are you not sharing?
Well, babe, and you're like, not to, obviously not to give away any kind of client information, but has there ever been anything where there's been a couple and that you're counseling and you talk to one-on-one and there's a secret that they have that they don't want to tell the other person and it's not been a big deal?
I have a no secrets policy, so I don't run into that.
All right.
Because if they don't agree to that, then I don't see them. Because then you do run into that shit. You see them together, and then you do. Well, the way I do it is I'll see them together, and then I split them up. And because what they tell you together is never the same fucking thing as what they say when their spouse isn't in the room.
Right.
But if you don't have a no secrets policy, then you run into one of them telling you some shit they did, and you're like, really? So I just ain't supposed to tell them this shit? No, we're not doing that.
So what are some of the things that are secrets that aren't so bad? Any idea? Like what could be a secret that you could feel guilty about, but tell somebody and then it not ruin a relationship? I don't think there is one.
A drug dealer, or I used to be a drug addict, something like that maybe, or
spending money, something to do with money.
Yeah, I declared bankruptcy at one point. I used to have bad credit. Just trying to think of something people would think isn't a big deal. I'm going to say it's definitely she's chatting with someone.
Well, if that's the case, then I mean that's not a secret. Like you're
wouldn't that hurt the relationship?
Yeah, you're emotionally cheating on someone that way.
But people don't consider that cheating. A lot of people don't consider that cheating.
I wonder if she's thinking of it as a secret and it's more of just like a privacy thing. Because I feel like there's a difference. It's not necessarily that you're keeping a secret as in like, this shit is private. Like you don't need to fucking be in here for this, or you don't need to, you don't need to be in my email. You don't need to be in my text. I mean, you can. I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be doing, but like, it's not any of your fucking business who I'm talking to.
But that's the difference, though. Like when you're notorious for taking my phone. Like
God, yeah.
I always pick up my phone and walk away with it, and I'm not one of those guys that like fucking tackles you in the hallway because I don't want you to have my phone. You're just like, why is there a password on this? I'm like, because it's got fucking Apple Pay. Here's my code. Like you can fucking go through it all you want. Forensically analyze that bitch. You can do whatever you want with my phone. Like I don't have anything that I can't tell you.
And I'm sure this is probably not an issue for most people, but being a kink positive therapist, I Google a lot of shit that shows up in my feed that you don't necessarily need to be in here seeing. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I was like, we got to unattach these fucking Apple products because my shit don't need to be popping up in the living room somewhere because somebody's going to end up seeing some shit they don't want to see.
Like you thought you cast it to the TV in the living room one time when you
did, and it was straight almost porn. Like a client told me about something, and I wasn't quite sure I knew what they were talking about. So I Googled it, and a video came up, and I swear to God, I thought it was casting. I was like, oh, shit. It was bad.
Just 85-inch TV in the living room with some porn going on. Fucking neighbors see the shit.
Open. Yeah.
But it says, I'm not cheating on him or anything like that. So is that a statement of or anything like that? Is that like how broad does that go?
It could be I cheated in the past, but now I'm not currently cheating, or I have cheated.
Because I think the answer to what it is in that part of the sentence, or anything like that.
She used to be a man.
That would fall right into that.
Would it?
Well, yeah, because that's not cheating. That's not. I mean, because it's like they don't want to say the secret, but they're like, listen, before y'all start hating on me on this fucking podcast, I'm not cheating on him. I didn't do anything like that. It's not cheating.
I just used to have a dick.
Something he doesn't know. Okay, yeah, it would be bad. I'm just saying, like, it still wouldn't be cheating, okay?
Wait.
How about I'm adopted?
Wait. Nowhere in there does it say that this person's gender is revealed.
No, this is a female. This is 100% a female. A dude wouldn't be asking this question. They're 100% female.
Yeah,
because we know we can't keep any kind of secret at all. We're not allowed. We can't. I can't even lie to her about my golf game. I gotta be cool. I gotta be honest. Look, I shot an 82 this week, but I took 3 mulligans because she would ask. She would know. I would just feel it. So you're not allowed to keep any kind of secret. But this is a woman. There's no way.
Jason thinks
Okay.
he can keep secrets, but he knows I know I will come home and I will know if he's moved a chair
Yeah,
or
see, that's what I'm talking
or
about.
something
That's,
on a
that's how
Would
I know
I?
this is a chick.
Yeah.
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 if the pillows moved. I
Even
know.
if the chair didn't move, she
I-
thinks that it did.
Yep. Yeah.
Were you driving in the house?
No, I'm like, why is my jewelry box moved back farther?
Just
why
the
is
bicycle.
it? Yeah. I'm like a detective. I know
Oh
what
Christ! Don't get on this.
moved.
Hey,
Yeah,
That's.
but
I
this is
don't know.
This is really a hard one too.
They could have been in jail, or they used to be on the child sex offender list.
Well,
and
you
now
don't
they're
used to
off.
be on that. You are
Yeah.
always on that. Once
that
you were on,
shit. Yeah.
that shit's like herpes.
Doesn't it like
It'll
end
stay
in
with you.
7 years or
And I
something?
feel
No, that's
like
big.
No, it's forever.
that would hurt a relationship as well.
Yeah.
So
Hey, I used to fuck kids. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. That is gonna be a huge problem in your relationship.
my God, we're getting flagged somewhere.
How about-
I think
I'm just
so.
saying, I don't. Nobody here does. I'm just saying, if that's her secret, that's an issue. Like, that's all I'm saying.
The thoughts
I
and
don't know.
opinions of completely off the rails do not necessarily reflect those of the designated quizzes.
So,
At
babe,
least
do you
about
have
the
any
funky kid
secrets?
part.
Do you have any secrets, babe?
I don't think so. No, I don't. I mean, I tell you everything really, so I don't know what I would keep secret. You know what I think is because she brings up the fact that they recently moved in together. I just kind of wonder if it's
Mm.
something that,
Yeah.
she didn't like. Maybe she didn't tell him all the bills she had coming in, or because you start sharing finances, or I don't know, just something that would affect him once they move in together. But she's kind of keeping it on the down low.
I mean, but does it really? I mean, as long as she's paying him, he'll never know, right?
Would you feel guilty about that?
Eventually she's
Yeah,
got to
maybe. I
tell
guess you
him,
would.
because if they get married and he inherits all that debt,
Yeah.
mean, it's going to be a problem.
Hmm.
Maybe
Fair.
maybe she was married before.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
be. It's gotta be. I was once married. I'm not cheating on you, but I'm in love with another man.
No,
it's gotta
being
be.
in love with another man would definitely affect a relationship.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Just
correct.
a little
That's
bit,
part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
That
not
won't
with him.
hurt
I
our
just think
relationship.
about him when we're in bed together. Yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
It's going to
That's
be a problem.
Yeah.
I got caught up in the first sentence. Yeah, you're right about that. I missed that. I forgot to go all the way through that one.
I wonder, I think we've seen it in movies before where the dude gets pissed off when he finds out that a chick's been like engaged before.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jason went through that. Yeah.
Were you engaged before you met him, Lisa?
Oh no, I was married before, and so was he. But his ex-wife, she did not know. He didn't disclose to her that he was engaged before her. And once he told her that, she was never not mad about it because he didn't disclose
Did it
that.
count though? Because we know who it was, and I was, like 19.
You
so-
didn't listen.
count?
That wasn't my choice not to tell your
Was it a
ex-wife
fake
that you were engaged before her.
Wasn't that like a fake
See,
engagement?
for
though?
me, it wouldn't have mattered. I would have been
Yeah.
like, yeah, so what? Big deal. But for
Like-
her, she's like he couldn't even like order food and look at the waitress in the eyes while ordering food without
Oh,
getting in
wow.
trouble. It
Oh,
was
shit.
like
I would have had all
that.
kinds of problems.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
rough.
yeah.
Not because of me, but because of them. I mean, is that something a chick would feel guilty though over?
of what?
If
being
they've been engaged before and they didn't tell their boyfriend and then they moved in together?
Maybe. I mean, maybe
Maybe.
they feel like, oh shit, I didn't disclose this, and since we've moved in together, we're getting more serious. Maybe I should have.
Yeah, that could be it.
But would that
But-
change? Like,
Yeah, that's
I
what I
guess
keep coming back to. Is
maybe
if
for
it's
some
not
guys.
going to hurt your relationship, why the fuck are you keeping the secret? Like, just
yeah,
tell him.
Yeah,
I don't
Does she-
understand.
She obviously thinks it could potentially,
yeah.
but she's not sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It sounds to me like maybe he would have a problem with it, and that's why she doesn't want to tell him.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's
how about something like I'm missing a kidney or
He
I've
loves
kept this secret all my life. I just can't take it anymore. I've only got one kidney.
he loves peanut butter and jelly, but I'm allergic to nuts. I can't tell him.
I'm allergic to nuts. That would be or I don't like cats, and they have a cat.
I don't know.
Something
I
like
mean,
that.
maybe, yeah.
I don't know. Oh, your mom's a bitch. You know, if it's something like that. Like
there-
I
oh,
fucking
no.
hate your mom.
There's no way. There's no way you women could keep that a secret.
Well, that's probably
There's
true.
no
That's
fucking
probably
way.
true.
You think you could, but we would tell. We'd be like, damn, she don't like my mom at all. Shit.
Yeah. Or
Yeah, that could be true.
I mean, here's my thing. If it's not going to hurt your relationship and it's making you feel guilty, you need to tell them. That way you don't feel guilty anymore. But
Exactly.
if you are so concerned that you can't tell him, but it's okay that, it's not going to hurt the relationship, I just feel guilty about it, then you're doing some shit you shouldn't be doing. I mean, you might be a traveling asshole. I'm just saying.
Oh my God,
So-
you always go worst case.
I mean,
You
she
just-
might be shit. If it's something she can't tell him because I feel guilty, but it won't hurt the relationship. She's trying to justify it somehow in her mind. No, it's something
Yeah.
that's going to hurt the relationship, and you doing some shady shit. Or tell him. That's it. I mean, that's it.
or it could be something that if she told him, then because she says we just moved in together, so it has to be something that she didn't tell him because it potentially could have stopped them from moving in together if he wasn't okay with it. So she kept it a secret, but she's obviously thinking she should tell him now that they've moved in together. So it's got to be something.
One thing that comes up a lot, this could be way off base, but I see a lot of assault victims, and a lot of women struggle with whether or not to tell a new
Mhm.
person when they start dating them if that's happened to them. So,
Yeah.
but then they feel guilty that they didn't tell them. So, I mean, I've had that come up a lot.
Yeah,
oddly
and
enough.
if you're a dude and your girlfriend that you just moved in with you tells you some shit like that and you treat her a different way, fuck all the way off. You
Yeah.
are the
Mhm.
biggest fucking dick in the world, and you deserve to be alone for the rest of your fucking life. There's
Yeah.
no fucking reason to treat somebody different because that happened to them. They didn't fucking ask for it. That should happen. So fuck all the way off if that's you.
Yeah. But women do worry about being looked at differently after something like that. So,
Yeah. And,
I
and
mean, I
it's
don't
sad
know.
that they do. They shouldn't have to. That's,
Mhm.
that's
No.
fucking ridiculous. But what
No, that's valid though.
what I think is slightly funny is that we're not trying to answer the question at all. We're just trying to figure out what the fuck the secret is.
Or I used to be a stripper. How about
Oh,
that
it could
one?
be.
Huh.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Maybe. Yeah.
She's worried, oh my God, what if he looks at me differently? Like,
Mhm.
he's not going to break
Yeah.
up with me, but
Yeah.
I think she needs to tell him because if
yeah.
if
Yeah.
it's there's a reason why she's not. So therefore it's hiding something he should know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and if it's something that she feels like it's a secret that won't hurt the relationship, but she's feeling guilty, it tells me that she feels like she can't tell him. And if she's not able to tell him everything, then moving in together was a bad idea, because you can't progress in a relationship if you feel like there's something you can't tell your husband or your soon-to-be husband or whatever. Like,
Mhm.
it's just, you need to tell him and see what happens. Because if he freaks the fuck out, then you need to. If you're on the lease, you you ride that shit out for the year. If you're not on the lease, you fucking bounce.
And now she's essentially got double trouble now because she has to tell him the secret, and she has to tell him that she reached out to us.
No. That's the
All
right
of us?
move. It's always the right move to let us know what's going on.
That's true. Yeah, that's
So, I mean,
I mean, that's not in question.
Yeah,
Come on.
I mean, come on. You definitely want to hear what we got to say.
prize winning.
We're
advice.
saving lives here.
I think I have the answer to this though. It's it's that she can't ride a bike.
That could
Yeah.
be it.
Definitely it.
Yeah,
That
like,
could be it.
that's his dream
never
wedding. They're
learned
going to
how to
ride bikes together.
ride a bike.
To
You know
leave.
what? I think Lisa changed just enough information to have sent this in.
Oh
She
shit!
Yeah.
changed just enough that she's like, this will throw them off. They won't know it's me.
Yeah.
No, I
But
feel
he knows you are a shitty bike rider, so maybe
minute.
not.
Wait a second.
like,
2022.
secret everybody knows now.
Yep.
Has it been
What?
13 years, or is it longer than that?
Since we took a bike ride?
No. Well, stay on the podcast. No, it was 2008. It's been 14 years. I was going to catch you on just simply eliminating the 1 from the 13 and making it a 3. Yeah, I thought maybe you were in the
What? Are you just getting?
because we just recently
the
moved
3
into
years?
this house 2 years ago.
Oh.
I'm trying to validate Candace's theory.
Has it been
gosh.
14 years? Because I think I've been saying that we've been together for 14 years for like 2-3 years now.
Well, it was 2008 and it's 2022, so it actually has been
Hey.
14
Hey,
years.
same as us.
Same
Yeah.
as us, yeah.
It was
But I feel like I've been saying that for like 6 months now. It's 14 years. Then
Well,
it just became 14 years.
Yeah, it was almost 14 years, and then it became 14 years, and now, yeah.
Earlier, I didn't know how old my son was.
Well,
so-
that's-
Oh, that's
irrelevant.
that's the normal. That's the
Yeah.
That's normal.
yeah. You're like,
It's just
when
a
were
kid.
they born? When? Fuck, I don't remember.
Jason
I always forget how
asked
old
me-
my.
You're like, when were you born? Why were you born?
Well, you said yesterday, you go, how old am I going to be
I
on
really
my
actually-
birthday?
For the first
And
time, I did forget.
He's like 47. I'm like, yeah, 47. He didn't
Yeah, once
know
you get
how old
once
he
you get
was
in your
born.
40s, it's not that you forgot; it's that you want to forget. You're like,
yeah.
Yeah, I almost threw you a surprise party for your 40th when you turned 41.
yeah, yeah.
That shit would have been
But,
bad.
but that's how good I look. I don't look my age.
That's not what I said.
I'm gonna use one of your lines. We're saying the same thing. We're saying the same thing. Right?
Are we? Are we?
So, on
So,
this
in
one,
general, do you think it's okay to keep secrets from the person you're with?
you got to define secret, and that's another whole podcast episode. But I mean, like a secret is something that you don't want anybody else to know, because if somebody else knew, some shit was going to go down. That's different. I mean, that's a relationship ender potentially.
Yeah.
But if it's just like, I don't know, if it's just you got something, I don't know, if something small and it's not really a secret, it's just something that, is maybe it's embarrassing. I think that's maybe the difference is it's something embarrassing about
Yeah.
yourself that you don't want anybody else to know, including your spouse, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's not going to hurt the relationship. But if you're using the word secret, then that's an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That all makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's something more than like, oh, I bought something on Amazon the other day and I hid it because I didn't want him to know I bought something from Amazon. Like, it's something bigger.
I just don't think there's anywhere else for us to go with that.
Yeah.
I think we've come to the conclusion that
It's something he needs to know. That's
yeah.
all. Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
take the time to
Yeah.
ask the question, and then yeah.
Hey, it's good that you ask it now before you get married, because it's a whole lot easier to get out of a boyfriend girlfriend relationship than it is a marriage. When you get into marriage, it's paperwork, and lawyers, and
Yeah.
then fucking time
And
and
a lot of
everything else.
time.
This is just a broken lease. I mean, that's
gotta
it.
search for a
You're out your
settlemate, you
security
gotta-
deposit. That's it. Like, fuck it, I'm out.
You got to search for a settlemate. I mean, there's so much that goes
Yeah.
into that.
There is
Just work.
tons of stuff, tons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Driver's
So,
test. I mean, all that stuff. Anyway,
oh my God. So women, bad drivers, secrets, no good.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So in this episode, women, you're wrong on both. I think that's what we got
not
to.
what I said, but okay. Yeah, okay. All right.
Well, hey, Jason, Lisa, thank you so much for being on. This has been fun. I've had a really good time. And before we go, make sure that everybody knows how to find you guys, because I will say that when I listen to your podcast, it doesn't matter who's on there, whether it's just you two talking or it's a guest. Your questions are fucking ridiculous to begin with. And when we were on, I had to come up with some crazy shit. Like it made me think, because you had to put the questions a certain way. And then I'll never forget mayonnaise and Jägermeister. I'll never forget that taste. But
The first time he was telling me about you guys, and he's like, let's listen. And I was doing something else at the same time. And it was probably like the third question. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? The beginning of this and the question, they don't have shit to do together, do they? I was like, am I missing something here?
there's
But
a word. There's a single
I
word.
love it. I
There's
love
a
it.
single word that puts the two together. That's
Yeah.
so great. It's so great.
I love it. I love it.
well, it's very nice of you guys, and we're very happy that we got a chance to podcast with you, and the podcasting world knows what happens before and after shows, is that there's conversations and people are awesome and everything. But, the average listener doesn't know that, that the people on the other side of the mic we're not putting on a show. Like, you guys are awesome. And it's really been awesome to meet you guys and know you guys. And we sincerely mean it, that if you come up to the Falls later this year, we will jump you over. We will take you out to dinner. So
we will show you the best area to drive into the river.
Yeah. But to answer, go ahead.
I think one of the biggest things is what podcasting does for everyone is it gives you the opportunity to meet people that you never would have met ever. I mean, we meet people from all over the US and in the UK, and we would never have met any of you.
That's true.
So that's a great part.
So if you're listening and you heard that, and you think podcasting is a thing for you, don't, because there's enough of us out there and we're just in our way
and you don't make any money.
So stop.
But they can find us. You can listen to us literally anywhere.
Where?
Everywhere.
Like what? Twitter?
Well, to listen, we're on all the podcasts.
Yes.
Wherever you choose to listen. You can talk to me on our social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Yep.
I don't do shit with Facebook.
Nope. We're still going to promote Facebook because somebody might like it.
Facebook is a political nightmare, and I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Go to Facebook.
It's where all Karens
it's a great place to be if you like it there.
Yeah. I get into fights on Facebook, so I stay away from it.
This is the sales portion. This is the sales portion of the show. There's also DesignatedQuizzersPodcast.com, where you can learn all about us, see photos of us.
Yep.
Check out our dogs. You can submit your dog to be an intern on our on our website for a month. Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, there's actually an application there now. It's good stuff. But just interact with us. It's we love that interaction. So absolutely, thank you guys so much for having us too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun. And make sure you guys go out and subscribe to their podcast while you're out there, ours as well. And I'll go ahead and put your website out on ours, so that way people can find you guys easier, because it's definitely it's a good time listening to you guys. So make sure you go out to cotrpod.com, and then you can also we'll put a section out there for Designated Quizzers as well, because you guys should be listening to them. And just like the four of us, we have found our settlement. And remember, guys, stay content. You're going to need them later in life. See you next week.
Bye.